Before you ask me how do we get to this position, don't ask yet, because it'll be clearer next move. The surprise. No. It's going to be a lot of ways to get here. So we're going to start here, here, and it's the foot over the hip. Okay? We're going to start in this position. So I have the arm over here, trapped on this side, right here. And then, you know what, for this one, even connect your hands. This is what we don't want, right? We get to here. So I have this nice Kimura grip right here, and he has the hands, and I have this foot inside, and I have this here. We don't want this leg to get caught. That just causes so many bigger problems, all right? We're already smaller. We're already looking to try to get triangles. We don't want more issues, so we have to eliminate the stuff we can. So to break this grip, if we have a good Kimura grip, and if he holds nice and tight, and I try to pull that grip to the side, it's really hard, right? He's got good hand connection here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this grip right here, and I'm going to turn underhook, and I'm going to go wrist to wrist, right here, okay? Now this hand is going to turn this way. So now I have all this pulling power with my back, and what I'm going to do, I'm on this side of the body, I want to fall to my hip on this side. As I do that, I pull, a lot harder for him to hold, and I turn my knees down and I kick my legs here. I just don't want to go right to the triangle, because look where my leg is. He scoots up, gets the foot, and man, I just got to do other stuff. It's not what we want to do. We want to be efficient on here. So we use this foot. We got this grip. We're messing. We can't Kimura. It's not happening. Especially if, a little bigger guy out of arms. So we can scoop under, wrist to wrist. Now right here, hook it to my chest. I'm going to use my whole body on this one and pull, pull, pull. As I fall to this hip this way, I turn my legs and kick them to the side like this. See how the knee goes to the mat? This is going to help you get that knee to the mat so you don't have to do those super extra adjustments that we did in the first one. So we're in this position. Try to grab my leg from there. Not there, right? Now quick, right there. Turn it in nice and tight. Whoop, sorry. We weren't at the sub yet. So, sometimes things happen, right?
We were there.
Yeah, we were there. Yeah, tell me. Give me. Safe word is stop. That's the safe word. Stop. All right. So we underhook. We try to get a pull. Like really try to pull. I'm not getting that. Right. Underhook. Double like scoop grip type. Now if he even tries to resist, I have everything pulled. And I turn those legs. All right. Got that nice calf meat right there. Then we do a quick track triangle. And if you need to adjust it at this point, I still use this hand up here. Don't reach with this hand, because then he connects them. We already did all that work. We don't want more connection. Now I can grab that foot too if I want, and I can bring it up a little higher. Make it nice and tight, and then knee to knee. There you go. So, anybody want to see that again? We're all pretty comfortable with that? Let's do it. All right, looks good. Let's go. Same move, but now we're going to add, when the triangle doesn't work, just a couple options you have that I want you to keep in mind. Aaron's preparing. All right, so we'll start with the same ones. These a little more difficult to start from this position, and you actually do end up here a lot. I'll show you how to get there. So he locks those hands. So just a little recap right here. Make sure it's wrist to wrist. You always want the end of the lever. Just like in Christian's armbar class, and you went all the way up top. If I'm doing here, it's the same thing, right? I'm not using where I should be. I go wrist to wrist, right here, and I bring it to me. Use those biceps, right? Scoop right here, and I have this hook right here, hooking on the hip. Now when I pull that over my head, I go to my hip, turn those legs down, all right? Lock the quick triangle, make it nice and tight. Say my mechanics are a little off. Well, his head's really red, so they're probably on. So let's loosen up a little bit. All right. So now, some people are really hard to triangle sometimes, or you just didn't get it right. You're afraid to readjust. Because every time you open stuff up, there's spaces now, right? And as the offensive person, you always want to take away space. On defense, you want to create space. So what I'm going to do here, this leg right here, is going to go to the back like a little kickstand, right? Because I'm going to bring it back this way, and I don't want him to follow. So I have the arm. It's already right to my chest. So I'm going to do just like a regular arm bar, where you grab the nice part of the thumb hand up here. We don't want to grab here, because he could turn stuff and do different things that make it hard for us. So I grab that, I want to control this thumb, right? Just like a regular armbar. This is my breaking point right here. So I want the thumb to go that way. So I take it, I bring it back and elbow up. Hold on. So I have the kickstand so he can't go that way. Try to move that way for me, Aaron. All right, I have the kickstand on. All right, now look at all this height. I can go from here to here. That would probably be a brick. All right? So hopefully I just have to go here. All right? So that's the armbar finish right there. So we have that position. We have them locked up. We have the armbar finish with the kickstand. Or you get really nasty and you go put it behind. I always heard it as a shotgun armbar or lat armbar or whatever. So we still have the same thing, but I have this right here. And then, if you don't like having friends, right here, you have this wrist, and then you just take this wrist here, and you put that elbow there because it has to be stopped. You have to control that joint. And then you just bring it in wrist lock. It's just nasty. Right? I only do that to like this perfect one that I know. That's just like, he's just such whatever. But anyway, sorry, Sean. So we're in this position, and then we have all this fun stuff. But then while this is all going on, you can just readjust, and I like the triangle. Just wear them out, right? The blood's not going anywhere. Just keep going up. Just take it. You don't have to rush it. All right, so let's do that setup, and then try the triangle, get the tap, switch, armbar, use the kickstand, right? And then wrist lock for no friends. All right? Let's go. Let's do it. We're going end game, back, you know, because you want to get there. We teach like 8 steps to get to an armbar at the end. You can't pass the guard originally, get half, whatever. It's a mess by then. So let's get the end mechanics done so when you finally get there, you can finish. And then you just work on getting there. And it's funny, as Bobby pops in here, over there, our fellow instructors, the other day he said, "Hey, what are you teaching, Rob?" Again, I said, "Oh, rear triangles." And he looked at me, and he gave me an up and down. And he's like, "I would have never pegged you as a triangle guy." And I'm like, "Me too," right? And look at the thing. But I'm saying, then I started playing with this, and things just start happening. That's like the cool part of jiu-jitsu. I've been doing this 20 years, and I just add a different part every time. Become a jiu-jitsu generalist. Pick up different things, because then you get like all these years of new games, you know? You get early stuff, you learn leg locks, you learn the gi, you learn chokes. Just keep working, you get it. You don't have to be a specialist in all of them, but by the time you get down the road, you got a bunch of stuff you're really good at, or decent at, right? Which helps. And then you can specialize in whatever. I have a new A game every 6 months or so, whatever. So now let's, Aaron again. So we're gonna actually try to, couple little transitions to get there. So obviously the rear naked choke is the king of the back, right? It's just there. But when somebody's bigger, stronger, they have some advantages that we don't, or anybody in general. So when I'm in this back control in this position, and I'm on the back, right, and right here, and now if I can't lock a body triangle, if I can't hold him down here, it's going to be his 2 strong arms versus my 2 kind of smaller arms, and we're battling. If I lock up, and then I get that choke and he drives that chin, or they're doing some pre-type stuff, and you just can't get the defense, right? And then eventually you kind of lose it, and they go, and you're like, man, I had the back, now it's gone. Because I'm doing 2 arms against their 2 arms, right? The odds aren't that great, you know? So we're in this position, so what I want to do is I want to kind of start working to get up the body so I can have my 2 legs on it. Okay, so we're in this position here. We're not going to go over straight jacket stuff. If you know it, that's fine. Like just a quick little thing, we'll do a real simple straight jacket, and that underhook arm right here is going to grab, so you just got a little straight jacket, right? It happens real easy. You start threatening to choke, and then you just grab this. And you keep it down low. It makes it easier. Then you're going to take this leg and come across right here. And now you're going to kind of fight that right here. Now you have that. Same thing, even if he locks his hands at this point, look where we are. Scoop underneath. We already have the scoop grip here. We have this leg here so he can't lock my leg up. And now I'm going to pull, turn all the way to the other side. Boom. Same position. Right? We're always ending in this rear triangle position. And now from here, things just get super easy. Right? And then we're in this position. So, obviously you want rear naked chokes if you can. But sometimes in the speed of the game, we're going to go in there, I'm going to start battling, and then things are going to happen So I'm already here, let me just do that. All right, now I can just do this. This position, he locks his hands up. I come around. You can come around with the forearm, but it's better to go around deeper. And we give him a little of that, right there. And then I get wrist to wrist, scoops in this position, hold on tight. Here, use my whole body. It starts turning, boom, right here. Then we lock up, or we go here, Kimura. There's just so many things. It's a beautiful thing, all right? And I'm really not even trying to put this on hard. I'm really not. It just happens because when it gets tighter and tighter and tighter as you feel it, you're like, oh, that's getting better. The technique's kind of, you're getting those little gains of the technique, and you're just always moving your hips. That's the key. You want to move those hips and get there. Because if we're straight on, this is not as easy. Then you're kind of like this. And then the shoulder, and you're like, no. You want to get that good angle. Get those hips. Make that head red. All right? So let's start from back control. Here. In this position, you can go Kimura grip or whatever. You can do an easy straight jacket. Or if you want, just go. Just for the sake of the drill. Right? Whatever way you can get this trapped. And then you come around. Here. Scoop. Pull. Turn those legs. All right? Right here, and get the tap. All right? Everybody good with that? Want to see it again? There we go. All right. Yeah, this one's good. I'm killing. Yeah, the coffee and the new energy of teaching is wearing off, so it's helping you. All right. So whatever type you want on, this leg's moving. Quick little jiu-jitsu hack. If you start playing with triangles, using your leg more, armbar, play guard, all that, your jiu-jitsu gets a little better because your legs get real movey and flowy like this. So you're just like, you don't even have to have a great flexibility and mobility. It just starts coming, right? Boom, trap, right? Bring around, power, pull, turn, lock it up, and right there. All right, we're all good? Let's go. Sometimes I'm like, well, I'm just throwing out too much stuff. But in reality, I'm throwing out a lot, but it ends in the same position, and the concept's the same. If you have a shoulder trap and an arm trap, you have one arm in and one out. All triangles are based on that theory, right? It just doesn't work. Unless you do some weird, whatever, and around the neck, blah, blah, blah. But the majority of triangles, one arm in, one arm out. And we're just so now you're getting used to moving your body. You got to get those hips moving side to side. Got to do it's kind of like a 90-90 type thing. All good jiu-jitsu stuff. We do these things and we're not really sure this is actually heel hook defense too. There's a lot of things you can do with this stuff. All right, so now we got Aaron. We're going to do another transition. Since Bobby's here, I'll call it TV time. So, you end up whatever way you did, rolling Kimura, whatever, half guard, and you end up in this position right here, right? It could be called, Kimura trap stuff. Every time you have a Kimura, you have a chance to get to this position. I generally don't finish a lot of Kimuras because I don't like them as much because I'd rather choke and arm, and I'm like battling. It's still good, but they lock their hands, and I'm like, I get all frustrated and stuff like that, which is not great. So I'm in here. So generally, what they're going to do, they're going to start running. All right, and we all seen this back take where you put the knee in, right here. Okay, but right here, we're already in that position. It's kind of setting ourselves up. I'm already on the good angle, right? I didn't have to get really deep. It's doing it for me, right? This one's right here, and then we just come over the top, right here. And look, now we're in the same position, just with our leg in here, which is actually better, because he has no chance to trap it now. But I'm still doing the same stuff. I'm here, and now I bring it back to the other side, and we go, oh wow, there's a rear triangle again. All right? But it's just a simple transition, is as you work these different transitions, they're basically the same, right? So I know if I do whatever entry to get to that Kimura, and all that stuff, I can get to this position. And for me, with shorter legs, just not having that, this triangle more successful for me than traditional type triangles or just rear naked stuff, which is still great, obviously. But so if you want to set up position, so we lay like a T, they'll call it a T Kimura, or you're going to have TV time, chilling over here. So this lay, puts his head right in my belly right here. Is this how you watch TV, like this? Bobby, is this the setup?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so right here, we're in this position. So, right hand on the left hand, right here. Some people do this. It's kind of get confused if you haven't done it much before. So we grab it here, and we're in this position, right here. Now he starts turning, and see that little space right there? Anytime there's space, we fill it with something, right there. And we have this. And he can't run into me, and then I go over the top. I still have it. Even when he grabs his hands, whatever. I like when they grab their hands too, because then you get to really feel the power of everything. And you get to do scoop, scoop. And you're like, oh man, I'm really stronger than I am. And you go on the other side, you pull up, boom, and lock this right here, then a quick, and right here. All right? This is the easy one, because we were kind of building on the same type of stuff. All right? Jiu-jitsu gets pretty easy when everything just kind of funnels to the same stuff. And you don't need technique. You just figure it out and you kind of get there and you're like, oh, I've been there. And now you kind of know what to do. All right? So let's go from TV time, runs, knee in the slot, over the top. I do a lot of 80s, 90s references. Sylvester Stallone over the top. All right? Boom. And then bring it back. And then right here. All right? Let's do that because I want to blast through a bunch of other stuff. Maybe. All right, ready? Let's go. A quick other transition, and then we're going to get into a little bonus funk technique, which you may or may not get, which is okay because you got the good part already. You got the triangle, you got what you're doing, right? So we got Aaron here. Just another trend, just to see where you can get it from anywhere. So he's in the referee position, turtle position, the bad turtle. All right, so we're in this position. So you ever get caught in this position, you have the foot across, he's fighting off these hooks, we're in here, we're kind of looking, and then we might go, oh, I want to do a cool armbar roll, all right? You know, we've done that one where you go into the armbar, armbars are great, but they still have he has a chance to roll through, come up on top of you and start smashing into you. So I'm already up here, right? Got my hand post, getting a little shin to the neck pressure, just kind of messing with them. I take this foot and I just hook it in here. So now, because it's hard to roll people sometimes with the shin, they get super stubborn, because it's just a shin, right? So this is the hook right here. X, right? Nice hook. So now I kind of stretch it out. Now I'm using my thigh. And I go down, and the thigh comes over, and now we turn this way. All right? And now we're in that position. So now we get, and we're there. All right? So it's from the back. I'll show you that one. We're not going to do it because we're going to start hitting people. I just want you to show there's other ways to look at these things. But my concept was trap that shoulder. Now I have a one in, one out. So it's there. So just one more time and then I'll do the other. So we're in here, we're battling, we're looking for the arm bar, putting the head to the mat. He's like, no, I don't want that. I have to scoop it in. Now you gotta fight my thigh, right? Which I'll take the thigh over the shin. And we turn around, we end the position, and then fall to that side. All right, still keep the arm, don't give it back. Boom, triangle, all right? So now, a couple quick things, we're gonna go rear triangle again. Sit you, go back to the finish position. Here. So a lot of times, it'll happen. You throw a leg over, Aaron's getting smart, grabs the heel, right here, and he's gonna open that triangle, right? This is not good. But what I do, what happens when you have a rear triangle, you still have a front triangle, and you have an opposite side triangle. I just have to move my body around. So from this position, I'm just gonna take this leg, real lazy, just put it here. Okay? Now he gets excited, turns into me, in this position, keeps going, I extract the leg, now I lock up this triangle right here. Now, what's good about this, I'll loosen my lock a little bit, compared to when you shoot a straight front triangle, and he has his hips high, he could do gravity, he could use his shoulder, and everything, it's not there anymore. So you have this locked in this position, right here. And you get that nice squeeze from knee to knee, and you still have armbar, or he really doesn't like it, and he starts going back to the mat, and he doesn't come into me, he's like, oh no. Right, this position, I just throw the leg over the face, and now I have that same, look how high his arm is. That's a lot of times to break, right here. Now I have two cross-face legs. This is like a 3/4 arm bar. It's, every time you have a triangle, you generally have an arm bar. So in this position, I was here. So we're in this position, and he's just bullying out the triangle, doesn't like it, he doesn't want it, he doesn't need it in his life. So we bring it over the face, put that face back down to the mat, And now my hips have locked that shoulder off completely. Move my elbows up. Right here, same grip, right in this position. Nice arm bar. So let's start rear triangle. Right here. So rear triangle, he catches early. Happens, right? But I can't be like, I need that rear triangle. Rob told me the rear triangle. No. Come over the top here. Right? He's got to make a decision. Now he comes into it. Switch. There it is. Now I have this triangle. I have the arm bar. I get the triangle, and now I have this arm bar. Two face. Can't run. It's going this way. He's not going to hitchhike here. There's no hitchhiker there. All right? He's got to get another ride home. That was a new set. I don't know if it worked. We'll see. There. Right there. All right? So let's try that. All right? So now rear triangle. Pull the heel. Throw the lazy leg over. Let them walk into it. We've all seen it's kind of from the arm bar position, where they escape the arm bar. Everything's connected, right? It's all connected. It's just moving your body in position. And next after that, if we get through this, I'll show you a super cool triangle, which I really like. You're not going to probably get it, but it's fun to show, and that's maybe like a little teaser for another day, or whatever. All right, ready? Let's go. For that. Because jiu-jitsu in the end, it's going to be a boom move a little bit. I've been informed to keep getting farther from the mat, get to the wall, right? So we're down here. So just to go over a couple things here. So you have this position, all right? He grabs the heel, he opens, right? My rear triangle is no longer there. Then we throw this over, turns into me, extract, and now we have this. If you got him there, that's really good. But sometimes, let's turn this way, he starts rolling into me more, and I kind of invert more here, this way. Now we have a bent arm lock too, in this position, but also I'm coming down to this side, I'm on the side of him. And I can't really finish this one, and I just don't feel, I feel like I don't want him to get up and start doing even more pressure on me. So I can take that same, just like we did the other side, now I can take that foot and go back under the arm again, right here. Now we go back this way because we have this hook doing the work for us. Now we're just right back to the rear triangle. And then we hit it. Okay, so now that's a good option. I'm always looking for it, just like that back one I did earlier. It's the same concept, right? So now, in this one, this one I really like. When I first tried it, I'm like, it's not going to work for me. I don't have the legs for it, all that other stuff. Self-doubt. Started worried about myself. Short. Bald, things like that happen. Sweat, it's just awful. Brings out bad thoughts. So, come into this position, comes into me here, and he really powers through it. And he starts getting that gravity, and I lock up here. Now, for me to finish a traditional front triangle, I'm going to have to go all the way over to this side, right? Eliminate the shoulder, make it nice and tight, which is nice. But Aaron's smart here. He's going to put those arms to use right here. He's going to get me in this position. People feel really safe here. Maybe the omoplata threat's there, but I'll trade somebody omoplata me all day for triangle with me. I'll bait omoplatas just to get out. It's hard finish, you get the sweep, blah, 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 whatever. So I'm in this position. Now I have this triangle. Now, I'm going to go to the opposite side. Sometimes I call it the Costanza, Seinfeld reference. Yeah. Do the opposite, So I control that head. We always want to control posture in this position. If I don't control the head, that's bad. So I pull it down just like guard, right? All concepts apply over. So I have them nice and tight. I'm going to take this hand. I'm going to scoop grip under his leg, right? So this isn't a triangle. This still isn't going to work. So I still have this leg pushing down in this position. I hold the head. I'm going to swing the leg. I'm going to invert to almost underneath him in this position. He can't try to pick your head up. It's not there. Now, I have this calf and my knee's actually underneath here. So now I put this barrier behind his head, so that frees up my arm. Now I take this, pull this foot down, lock in, lock in this triangle right here. That's the opposite side triangle. That's totally wrong. No, it's the opposite. All right? So I'm in this position. Now what's really fun, if this doesn't work, he's going to try to power up really high. In this position, now we go into K-guard. And now I can rotate through, and now we're playing heel. All right? We went high to low. We're not going to do that here, obviously. But if you want to play with this one really quick, it's really fun. Just mess up, for my amusement, mess up whatever. So right here, pulls it,
Takes it down, goes all the way in. You try to get to this side, he blocks the hip. Right here. Grab the head, still have control. Scoop grip, cutting down with the calf. Invert to almost north-south, kind of extend your hips up. And you're like, oh, I'm never gonna make that lock. Put that knee there. Now we have a hand free. Good rule in jiu-jitsu, something always has to be doing something. This hand's just chilling. All right, pull it down. Lock it up nice and tight. And squeeze. So it's the same principle. Pushing all this into his neck. Right here, opposite side. Then he powers up high, he wants to get out of here. Now we go here. And now we're in K-guard, which we won't do. That was another class of big deal holding on. But that's fun. Maybe next time. All right, so let's do that real quick, and then we can line up picture, blah, blah, blah. All right, thank you. Let's go.